She's not attending a tea party. She's stepping onto a battlefield to reveal a floor-length gown of liquid night blue satin that shimmer the chandelier. That's my queen.
Chapter 8. Forging the Sword. The morning after the attack. The blood had been scrubbed from Obsidian Manor, leaving no physical trace of the midnight violence. Yet, inside the grand dressing suite on the top floor, a different kind of transformation was taking place. Zana Elena stood on a raised circular marble platform, surrounded by tall, gilded mirrors. She wore a tailored silk robe, her pale hands clutching the waist sash so tightly her knuckles turned white. Around her, a team of elite Italian stylists, makeup artists, and hair technicians moved with frantic, silent precision. In the corner of the vast dressing suite sat Dominic Rossi in a wingback leather chair. He held a glass of iced espresso, his long legs crossed, watching the process through sharp, analytical eyes. He wore a crisp, dark navy suit that emphasized his broad shoulders and commanding stature. The lips must be bolder. "Marco," Dominic commanded softly, his deep baritone cutting through the quiet hum of hairdryers. "She is not attending a tea party. She is stepping onto a battlefield, of course." Don Rossi, the lead stylist, murmured nervously, quickly swapping a soft nude lipstick for a deep, an intoxicating shade of blood red. Elena stared at her reflection in the full-length mirror. The ghost of the girl who had sobbed on the rain-slicked asphalt of Vance Manor was fading, replaced by a striking, deadly vision. Her skin was flawless, porcelain white against her dark, dramatic eye makeup. Her rich brown hair had been styled into loose, glamorous waves that cascaded over one shoulder. Like liquid silk. Then came the dress. Two assistants stepped forward carrying a garment bag. When they unzipped it, Elena's breath caught in her throat. It was a floor-length gown of liquid midnight blue satin. The cut was breathtakingly modern, yet classic and deep. Elegant V neckline that accented her collarbones, a corset waist that hugged her waistline, and a daring thigh-high slit that revealed a flash of porcelain skin with every step. The fabric shimmered under the chandelier lights like a starry night sky. "Put it on, little bird," Dominic purred from his chair, his hazel eyes darkening with intense, unhidden appreciation. 10 minutes later, Elena stepped back onto the marble pedestal, fully dressed in the gown. The cool satin felt like a second skin, sleek and empowering. Dominic stood up from his chair, setting his glass aside. He walked over slowly, his heavy, measured footsteps echoing off the marble floor. He stopped directly behind her, his tall, broad frame towering over her in the mirror's reflection, from a velvet-lined box resting on a nearby side table. Dominic lifted a heavy diamond necklace. It was a masterpiece of haute joie aircrafted from white gold, encrusted with brilliant cut diamonds and centered by a massive, heart-shaped sapphire that matched the deep blue of her gown. Elena felt her pulse leap into her throat as Dominic stepped closer. His warm chest lightly brushed against her back. He reached around her neck, his broad, warm fingers gently sliding against the sensitive skin of her nape, sending an intense shiver down her spine. Clack! The heavy diamond clasp locked into place. The icy platinum and cold diamonds rested against her skin, heavy and substantial. "Do you know what this necklace is called, Elena?" Dominic whispered against her ear, his warm breath fanning her skin, making her breath hitch. "No," Elena rasped out, her icy fingers rising instinctually to touch the massive blue sapphire resting at her collarbone. "It is called the Heart of the Empress," Dominic purred, his long fingers moving down from her collarbone to rest possessively against her hip. "It belonged to a Roman queen who conquered 3 kingdoms before she turned 25. Tonight, it belongs to you." Elena looked at their shared reflection in the mirror. The contrast was intoxicating. Dominic, imposing, dangerous, and radiating absolute dominance. And her, standing beside him, regal, breathtaking, and transformed. "I don't know if I can do this, Dominic," Elena admitted softly, her voice carrying a rare moment of vulnerability. Her fingers trembled against the heavy gemstone. "When I see Leo?" When I see his mother, what if my courage fails me? What if I'm still that weak girl in their eyes? Dominic turned her around gently by her waist until she was forced to face him directly. He tilted her chin up with 2 fingers, his grip firm, forcing her dark eyes to meet his lethal hazel ones. "Look at me, Elena," he commanded softly, his voice thick with gravelly conviction. "You are no longer a victim. You are Mrs. Rossi. You carry my name, my fortune, and my protection. If Leo Vance looks at you with disgust, you look back at him with disgust." He leaned down slightly, his lips hovering barely an inch from hers, his aura so intense it left no room for doubt. "You do not seek his approval," Dominic growled gently. "You demand his submission. If anyone in that room disrespects you, you do not cry. You look at me, and I will destroy them where they stand." Elena's heart slammed against her chest, a sudden wave of heat washing over her fears, burning them to ash. The memory of Leo's rejection no longer felt like an open wound. It felt like fuel for a rising fire. She reached up, her manicured fingers resting against the lapel of his dark suit jacket. Her dark eyes flashed with an icy, dangerous resolve. "I won't cry," Elena promised, her voice turning completely steady, dropping all traces of fragile hesitation. "I want him to see what he threw away." A slow, dark, predatory smirk spread across Dominic's handsome features. He lifted her hand to his lips, placing a warm, lingering kiss against her knuckles. "That's my queen," Dominic purred, his eyes flaring with dark triumph. "The carriage awaits. Let us go crash a party." That's the end of this chapter. The next chapter is coming very soon. Smash that subscribe button right now and drop a comment below so you won't miss the thrilling next plot twist. See you in the next chapter.